last video I was talking about some Bluetooth problems I had with this car. Thought, as it's a car video talking about my car, that I would record it in my car. But yeah, so talking about some Bluetooth problems I had. So I bought the car, didn't even know it had Bluetooth, so I was like, when I stumbled across the Bluetooth settings on my radio, I was like, well, it's a bonus. Yes. But it wasn't as easy to set up. I like to think usually I'm pretty good at the technical side of stuff, like printers, cars, computers, kind of. There's a lot to computers, so I'm not the best. But yeah, so I tried to set it up, couldn't do it. My uncle had a go, he couldn't do it. And we both view ourselves as people that should be able to set up Bluetooth in a car. So that was a little bit funny. But so I printed off some of the error things that was coming up with. So to start off with, when we were trying to bond, it would come up on my iPhone that I could bond. But when I clicked bond, it came up with this issue on my little dashboard. And the error was, Bluetooth bonding, no free slots available, please debond and retry. So you think when that happens, you're like, let me just show you my dashboard quickly. Oh, sorry if that was really loud for the headphone users. But yeah, here's my dashboard. So I mean, you've got this half, you can't really see, but you've got that half which is just numbers. If you press each number more than once, you know, on the old Nokias, you can type with them. I don't know if I can. But yeah, so like the whole like dashboard is like set out to enable. Oh fucking hell, this could be ripping you guys apart when you're using headphones. So the whole like dashboard is designed for Bluetooth, so I was really annoyed when it wasn't working. But yeah, coming back to the error it was coming up with was Bluetooth bonding, no free slots available. So I mean, if that's the case, no free slots, you just have to debond them. So I would try and debond, and it would say select device to debond, and it would just say please wait on my little dashboard screen that I've got. And that's all it would do. It would take maybe a minute, and then the radio would turn itself off, or it would just go back to the ordinary radio. And so basically it couldn't hack the process it was trying to carry out. So Googled it, as I said in my last video, found lots of people having this problem 5-6 years ago, when the car like was only a couple years old, because people were selling it on, and then the next person wasn't able to use Bluetooth, so that everyone was like trying to work out how to make it work. But yeah, so I found loads of old links. So because the links were so old, a lot of the like links they were giving you to like help you out, they weren't working. But I did find one YouTube video. Can't remember the guy. I think he does quite like car videos. But I found a video from him from a few years ago, talking about this. And a solution that he had was unplugging so you've got the Bluetooth module on the passenger side, just under the glove box. His solution was unplugging that and plugging it back in, just to give it like a hard reset. I tried that, didn't work, so I kept looking around, spent like a good 5 hours looking around for good, valid information. Looks so pale. But anyway, yeah, I found one link saying about updating the firmware. So I was going on all these videos talking about that, or to be fair, there's lack of videos, there's not many out there. And that wasn't working, so I mean, I couldn't find any valid links. But then on one of the videos I looked at, someone had commented in the bottom, like in the comment section, a valid link. So I was a little bit wary, as I think I said, to just download the stuff that he'd posted on this like blogging website, just because you don't really know what it is. But I was so pissed off at this car, so I just did it anyway. So yeah, so I downloaded it. I'll walk you through. I didn't bring my memory stick into the car, it's in my room. But you need a 32GB memory stick, USB, and my one came pre-formatted onto the right format setting, which was FAT32. I don't think all of them will, but yeah, basically you have to format this USB to FAT32, and then download these files that I'm going to put a link, I'm going to put a comment in my comment section to this blog that I looked at, of this guy that had these links, so you guys can download it from there if you have this problem. Yeah, so you download those links, and then you go into the folder that they're in, extract them. I think that's it. I mean, if you guys look around, there'll be other videos that you can look at. You can find like a step-to-step guide. But anyway, yeah. So you format the stick, put the files on the stick, extract them, and then plug it into. So I did see a few people saying they didn't have this, but I've just got like a USB on my car just at the bottom. It's next to the cigarette lighter and the aux slot. I'll show you, but I doubt it's gonna be light enough for you guys to see. We'll give it a go. So I mean, I've got my earphones plugged in, my phone's plugged in at the moment, but I mean, you got the cigarette lighter just there, the USB, and then an aux. So you plug the. Let's just get this back set up again. So you plug the USB into the USB slot, and then the exact instructions, I'm not 100%, but I'll run you through what I think it is. So you turn your radio on, don't turn the ignition on. Turn the radio on with just a power button, plug this thing in, it'll say something like, no files on the memory stick or something, and then you turn your ignition just 2 notches, which doesn't start your engine, it just turns like everything on. And then it'll say downloading. That'll take anywhere from, when I was looking online, they were saying anywhere from 15 to 40 minutes. I think for me it took 15 to 20 minutes, maybe a little bit less than 15. But yeah, and then you just had to turn it off and on again. Turn the engine off, start it up, turn the radio on, because that's like downloading all the software. Unplug the memory stick by this point, like when you turn the engine off, just unplug the memory stick. And then yeah, you just try and connect your phone again via the Bluetooth, so go into your Bluetooth settings on your phone, click the Ford, I can't remember what it's called, like Ford Radio or Ford Media, but you click on that, it'll just the same way as you would have done before to try it out. Yeah, and it will connect you, and then it will say again this Bluetooth bonding, no free slots available. And when I saw this, I was fuming. I was like, it hasn't worked, I'm PO'd, I can't believe it hasn't worked, I've wasted all this time grafting doing that. But the difference is, when you click to debond, it actually gives you devices to debond, which was the thing it wasn't doing before. So that was sick. I think there was like 5 or 6 devices already connected, so I know why it was saying all the slots were full, is because there was like 6 devices connected. But I debonded all of them. Yeah, and then I was able to connect mine, and it works as if it should. But yeah, that was how I sorted out my Bluetooth. I think with this car, the 6 people that had bonded their devices hadn't unbonded before they sold the car. So that's why they were still on there, and I couldn't debond them. But I reckon if you'd bought this car and the person that had it before you had debonded all their devices, you wouldn't actually need to update the firmware. But yeah, so I mean, that was my little extravaganza, my little fun experience with the Bluetooth firmware. But as I said, it works now, which is sick. Get phone calls, I can start calls and ring people. When I get in the car, I don't actually have to plug it in with the USB anymore, which is good. I just go on, turn the radio on, click on phone, and it will ask what device I want to connect to or something. And my device is the only device on there now, so yeah. But one thing I have found, that if you plug your phone in using the USB to like charge your phone, you can't use Bluetooth, because I think it already uses the aux. But I mean, that's not really an issue, that's just the way the car's designed. But that is me done, just over 10 minutes of rolling time. think I'll probably just write in the description some of the key bits in case you don't want to watch the 10-minute video. But yeah, it was a massive ball ache. On some of the videos I watched, I will pop some links of them into the description or into the comments as well, because they are good videos to watch before you do this. Just because the more research you do, the better you can do it, basically. The more you know, the more confident you feel doing it. As I said, I did 5-6 hours worth of graft before I found this link that I'm going to put in the comments. But yeah, anyway, I think it varies. So 2 things to say actually. It varies what car you've got. Some of the older ones, older, so this is 2011. Some of the ones before that, I don't know if this will work. In some of the other videos I watched, they were talking about different models it works with. And then it also comes back to what phone you've got as well. So I've got an iPhone 6s, so it's not the newest of phones, but it's also not the oldest. It's got a lot of new technology on it, which meant I was able to. But there's some testers out there to check what devices will work with the Bluetooth. Also, the new Ford cars, they use something called sync something, and this car's too old to have it. So I did actually put my model of car and my car and license plate and stuff into the Ford website, and it told me that the car wasn't compatible with the new software. So this is why I need to go to all this graft, updating the old firmware to old firmware, but still new enough that it works. But yeah, absolute graft. Glad I did it, I guess, because now I have Bluetooth. But yeah, that's me. Sorry, I've just been rambling. But yeah, thanks guys. Bye.